So active rest. So you can lay down, feet slightly wider than your hips, knees together, or you can bring the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to stretch out. Only do that if you feel like your hips will allow it. And as you lay there, just close your eyes and bring your hands to the lower heart of your rib cage, because we really want to try and focus on moving that area this morning. So just before we start on any kind of count or control of your breath, just bring that awareness. So bring in yourself. Sometimes it's quite nice to have those knees out, but it's whether your hips will allow it. So as you open your chest, allow your lungs to expand, hands just resting on that rib cage and just being aware of that breath. And you might have found that you've got a nice breathing rhythm that will help slow your heart rate down. If not, we'll try bottomless box breathing today. So you inhale for a certain length of time, you hold and you exhale. So we'll try 4 seconds. If you find that that's too much of a struggle, then just inhale for 4, exhale for 4, or inhale for 3, exhale for 3. Try and close your mouth as you just breathe in and out through your nose. So with the box breathing, you don't want to be holding any tension when you hold your breath. You just want to be aware, holding that breath and then slowly release. So expel all of that air out. Take an inhale in. Hold if you can. Exhale out. So it's bottomless box. So you're taking an inhale in. Let that belly release. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale out. Inhale in. Try not to just inhale at the top of your lungs. Holding. Exhale out. So allow that belly to move. One more inhale. Hold. Exhale out. And then just allow your body to find its own rhythm. So that was just a small few rounds of that bottomless box breathing just to practice. That's quite good to help reduce any anxiety feeling. It's quite good if you're awake at night and you just bring that focus and attention to your breath. And like I say, if you can't do 4, just make sure that that inhale and hold and exhale is the same. So whether it be 3 seconds, whether you need to start with 2 and then build yourself up, it's just a practice. There is box breathing, so you bring in another hold if you feel ready to do that. But we can explore that another time. So if your knees are out, just draw them in together, bringing your hands to the outside of your knees and hug them into your chest. Gently rocking from side to side, circling, allowing that small of that back to have a bit of contact. Both feet flat, and then you're going to bring your right ankle onto that left thigh. Now you can stay here, or you can interlace your fingers behind that thigh or on top of that knee as you slowly draw it into your body and feel that release around the hip area. Again, just keeping that focus on your breath. If it's slightly uncomfortable, if you really need to focus just to distract from the discomfort. And again, not yanking your body in, Just slowly drawing it in. And then releasing that hold, keeping that reclined pigeon position. You're dropping that left foot. You're going to tip your legs over to the left. So that right foot is just going to come onto the floor. Your knees still bent, arms out into a T shape either side, and just look to the right. It's a slight little twist in that rib cage. Really try and move that right space, right rib cage. Engage in your tummy just to draw those knees back to centre. Bringing that right foot flat, that left ankle's resting now on that right knee. So you can stay here if that's enough, or try and interlace behind your thigh or on top of your knee as you draw it into your body. Keeping that breath nice and slow in your focus as you slowly release and let go and allow yourself to be present. And then gently release, right foot flat. You're going to tip over to the right, so that left foot is going flat, arms out into a T shape. Turn your head to the left as you gently twist. Fully expanding your lungs to move that left rib space. Engage in your tummy again, just to draw those knees back to centre. Release that hold, crossing your ankles, bring yourself up to seated. Just taking note of which leg is in front first. Sometimes you want to just really be on your sit bones, so it might be that you just need to sort of pull the flesh of your bottom behind, just so that you're sitting and your pelvis is nice and neutral. Take an inhale as you reach, and then exhale, you're going to fold over. Allow your hands to touch the floor. Don't worry if your tummy is not further down as you want it to be. You can walk your hands a little bit further forward if you can, just to feel that stretch around the glutes. And then slowly walk your hands towards your body, so close in towards your shins. You're coming onto your fingertips, you're going to lift your chest. Take an inhale, straighten those arms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift. Lift that heart. Exhale, fold forward. One more as you really try and draw that chest up, and then fold forward. Bring yourself up to seated, hands behind you, resting on the mat, and then lift your chest up. So you're puffing your chest, allowing the front of your shoulders to release, and then slowly relax. Swap your legs, so it's the different leg in front, the awkward one, the one that is not the most comfortable, the one that you don't go to first. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, fold forward. Allow those hands to hit the earth. Allow that chin to draw towards your chest as you just surrender a little bit deeper into the pose. Slowly start to walk those hands towards your body, coming onto your fingertips so you can really reach that chest up as you inhale, straighten those arms. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift that chest, lift that heart, and then fold forward. One more. Really keep that breath nice and slow to allow that movement to be slow. Sink forward. Bring yourself up to seated, hands behind you again as you push the earth away, and then lift your chest, allowing those shoulders to stretch out. And then you're going to bring both legs in front of you. You can bring a slight bend into your knees if you need to, and we're going to fold over both legs straight. So inhale as you reach up, and then hinge forward. as you fold over. Your hands can either be resting on your ankles, holding onto your feet. If you are desperate to hold onto your feet, just bend your knees. And then you're curling that chin in, curling your shoulders, trying to think about creating a bit of space between your shoulder blades. And then slowly releasing up. Keeping that left leg straight, you're going to bring that right foot over the top. So you're crossing that right leg over, that right foot is flat. You can keep that bottom leg straight, or you can sweep it in towards that right hip. So it's a little bit of a pretzel type movement. So you can hug this knee into your body. We're going to be twisting round to the right. If you can, inhale as you reach up, and then twist round to the right as you exhale. That just allows you to bring that torso around a little bit more. Your right hand is behind you for support. You're either going to be hugging this left knee in or bringing your elbow tricep to the outside of that knee as you twist that torso round. If you find your bottom is off the mat, that bottom leg needs to be straight out. If not, you're twisting that chest round, not allowing your head to be moving it round, you're just twisting the torso. Focusing on that breath. Keeping it nice and slow. And just realising that even in these weird shapes that we get our body into, you can still breathe. You're twisting. If you slow your breath down and allow that focus. And then come round for a counter twist. So that left hand is behind you. You're either hugging that right knee or you're bringing that elbow tricep to the inside of that right knee as you twist that upper torso round. Back to centre. Right leg is going to be straight now. And then you're just going to bring that left leg over the top, foot on the floor. You're staying here, or you're going to just bring that right heel in towards that left hip. Again, your bum needs to be on the mat. Inhale, reach up. Twist round to the left as you exhale. You're dropping that left hand behind you. You're either going to be hugging that knee in or bringing that elbow to the outside of that knee as you twist round. Again, conscious of your head and neck not cranking all the way around as you gently twist. Still slowing that breath down. And then coming round for a bit of a counter twist. So the right hand is behind you now. You can still hug that knee in with that left hand or bring that elbow to the inside of that knee as you twist round to the right. And then come back to centre. Uncross those legs, bring yourself into a tabletop position. So your shoulders are over your wrists, hips are over your knees. And then you're just going to pull your chest through, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to come into that cat position. So you're pushing into your shoulders, drawing that chin to your chest. Inhale, pull that chest through. Exhale, arching your back. Inhale, pull through. Imagine you're trying to draw your tummy down to the earth and then arching your back, pushing it into your shoulders. Come to a flat back. Coming onto your fingertips with your hands, you're just going to bring your right foot through in between your hands and then not allowing that right knee to go over your toes. So bringing your foot forward if you need to help it, if you want to feel that stretch in the front of your hips. Come on to your knee first, find that balance, and then you can push your hips a little bit further forward. Take an inhale, sweep those arms up, and then grab hold of that left wrist as you exhale over to the right. And then right wrist over to the left. Might find you're a little bit wobbly. And then come back to centre. Bringing your hands down, you're going to straighten that right leg to stretch out that hamstring. So keep that left hip over that left knee. Pulling your chest through for cat-cow. So take an inhale, pull that heart through, exhale, arch your back. Inhale, pull through, exhale, pushing into your shoulder blades. One more. Really trying to push that bottom away as you feel that in your hamstring, and then curling your back. And then bring that weight forward. Bring your hands to the inside of that right foot and shuffle that right foot out just a little bit, just to widen that hip stretch a little bit more. So your hands are staying on the earth. Left hand flat, reach this right arm up and back as if you're trying to reach your toes. You might find that that knee wants to go out, that's fine. Just rest on the outside blade of your right foot. And then bring that hand back to the inside of that foot. Coming onto your fingertips, you're going to bring that right knee back and then just pull that left foot through. Again, finding that position. Bring your hands to that knee first. See if you're happy. Gently as you push those hips forward, and then inhale, reach up. Exhale, grab hold of that right wrist, bring it over to the left. You'll feel that stretch all the way down the front of that right leg. Don't hold your breath. Grab hold of that left wrist, bring it over to the right. You might find you're a bit wobbly, so just imagine you're trying to draw your thighs together. Build that strength and stability. And then come back to centre. Hands down as you straighten that left leg. And then you're pulling that chest through, taking an inhale. Exhale, arching your back. Pulling that chest through. You can bring more of a bend in that left knee if you're struggling in this position. It might just be that your hamstrings are super tight. Push into those shoulder blades. One more as you pull that chest through. And then push into those shoulders. Bring a bend into that front knee. Hands are going to come to the inside of that foot. Walk that left foot out a little bit. Keeping your hands to the inside and then just allowing that hip to open a little bit more. Flatten that right hand if you can, and then reach this left arm up and back as if you were trying to reach for your toes. Again, if your knee wants to go out, allow it and just rest on the outside blade of that foot. And then bring that hand back, take that knee back, and then just start to walk your hands forward as you come into that puppy pose. So keep your hips over your knees, melt that chest down, rest in that head if you can, sink in that chest a little bit deeper just to feel that in those shoulders. Allowing your breath to be that focus. Slowly walk those hands up. You're going to flip your toes, come into a downward dog. You can pad one heel down, then the other. Draw your toes together so that they meet and bring a bend into your knees. You're going to drop your hips over to the right and feel that stretch down that left side. And then up and over to the left. Feel that stretch down that right side. Back to centre. Walk or hop your feet to the front of the mat. Staying in that forward fold, keeping your knees nice and soft. Interlace your hands behind your back. Draw them up and over. Let your head hang heavy. And then gently release those hands so they come back behind those legs. Inhale as you curl all the way up, arms up overhead, connect those palms, and then exhale as you fold all the way forward, hinging at the hips, and then come to a flat back, so your hands just come underneath your knees, you're pulling that chest through, taking an inhale, exhale, fold forward. We're going to bring a bend into our knees and come up into chair. So our arms are either up past our ears. Just check that your knees aren't going over your toes, and you can allow that bend to be as much as your legs can cope. If this is uncomfortable on your small back, just bring your hands down by your side, build that strength in your legs. Reaching those arms up if you can, not to worry if you can't. You're going to sweep those arms back behind you, straighten those legs, come up onto the balls of your feet. Take an inhale, exhale, come back into chair, whether your arms are up past your ears or not. Slowly again, 2 more times, reach those arms back, stand up tall, come onto the balls of your feet, and then slowly lower those heels, arms up past your ears if you can. Last one, sweep those arms back, stand up tall, balls of your feet, and then slowly back into that chair. Release those legs, fold forward. Come into that flat back, take an inhale, and then exhale, stepping back into a downward dog position. Inhale, come onto the balls of your feet again. Exhale, lower those heels, lower those knees, hips over your bottom, and come into child's pose. You could be wide-kneed here if you want to, or draw those knees together. Walk those hands to the left of your mat. Bring that right hand on top of that left. Try and keep your hips over your heels. If they start to lift, just walk those hands back a little bit towards the centre. Walk those hands all the way over to the right. Left hand on top of right. Keeping that bottom down onto your heels. Feeling that stretch down that left side. Walk those hands back to centre. Bringing yourself up onto your bottom. Sweeping those legs round and hugging those knees into your chest. A little bit of movement, either side to side or circle. And then both feet flat. Walk them wider than your hips. Arms out into a T shape. Drop your knees over to the right. If you want, you can bring that right heel onto that left knee to anchor it down. And then look to your left. Slowing that breath down. Gently bringing a little bit of stillness in. If that foot is on that knee, engage in your tummy as you draw those knees up and over to the left. Bring that left ankle onto that right knee if you want to anchor it down. Turn your head to the right. Closing your mouth if it isn't already as you slow that inhale and exhale. Releasing that foot if you've got it on that knee. Knees back to centre and hug them into your chest. Just gently drawing the knees towards your tummy. And then finding yourself into your Shavasana. You may want your legs straight, or you may want to go back into an active rest so that you're not too comfortable. So you can always bring the soles of your feet together, knees out, or you can have your feet wide, knees not together, or completely laying. Hands can either be out into a T shape. If you want to open up your chest, you may want your hands resting back on your body. Slowly closing your eyes. relaxing your face, your neck, your shoulders, allowing yourself a few moments of stillness. And even if your mind wanders, just gently bring it back to your breath. Scanning your body from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Allowing yourself to let go, to release, to be still. Just noting the inhale and the exhale, the sensations of the breath as they enter and leave your body. Staying here for as long as you can, or as long as you're able to, or gently bring in movement into your fingers and your toes, wriggling your fingers and your toes, rotating your wrists and your ankles, allowing your muscles to stretch and move and fidget. Hug your knees into your chest as you slowly rock from side to side, allowing your body to slowly waken and feel more energized. Allow your body to drop to one side, keeping your eyes closed. Slowly bring yourself to seated. Dropping your shoulders, lifting your heart, drawing the crown of your head up. And then sweep both arms up overhead, connect your palms to seal that energy in, and then slowly draw your hands to heart center. May you feel safe and loved. And then bring your thumbs up to your third eye. My soul honours your soul. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.